There was a package that arrived for me one ordinary afternoon and I didn't get any prior notification. It was just a brown box sitting quietly at my door, and my name written clearly on the label. There was also no return address. I stood there longer than I should have, staring at it like it might speak first. In a world where everything arrives with tracking numbers, email alerts, and digital receipts, this one felt different. Almost personal. I brought it inside and placed it on the table. And then I left it there. Days passed. Every time I walked by, my eyes found it. The box didn't move or demand attention. It didn't beg to be opened. But it lingered. Curiosity has a strange way of growing quietly. Not loudly, not urgently. Just a slow, steady pressure. Still, I didn't open it. Part of me said, what if it's nothing? Another part whispered, what if it's something you're not ready to face? So I let it sit. Weeks turned into a month. The box gathered dust. Life moved on. Work deadlines, missed plans, silent disappointments. There were days I felt behind in life, and other days I questioned my decisions. Also, days I wondered if I had wasted time chasing things that never arrived. And on those days, the box felt heavier. Not physically, but emotionally. One night, after a long day that left me feeling smaller than usual, I stopped in front of the table. I didn't plan to open it. I just touched it. The cardboard was warm, like it had been waiting. That was the night I decided. If it was meaningless, I'd finally know. If it wasn't, I'd finally face it. I took a deep breath, and tore it open. Inside was just a small journal. Very simple and plain. For a moment, I felt disappointed. Then I opened the first page. Written carefully at the top, in familiar handwriting, were the words. This is for the day you forget how far you've come. My chest tightened. Because I had forgotten. I flipped the page, the next one read. You survived a season you once thought would break you. Another page. You are stronger than the version of you who doubted everything. Then. Remember, progress isn't loud. It's quiet and patient. Each sentence felt like it was spoken directly to the version of me sitting there, tired, uncertain, questioning herself. And then it hit me. The handwriting. It wasn't mine. It was my best friend's who I share most of my life experiences with. And all the while we kept talking, she never mentioned that she had sent a package to me. My hands started to shake as I turned the pages. There were reminders of moments I had forgotten. Risks I took when fear was louder. Failures that didn't destroy me. Decisions that shaped who I became. There were pages filled with encouragement. Not motivational quotes, or cliches. Real talk, honest words. The kind one only write when they truly know your pain. Halfway through the journal, a folded note fell out. I unfolded it slowly. It read. If you're reading this, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. I sat back. And tears dropped down my cheeks. Because I realized that I have someone who truly understands my pain and worries. Who has been there a difficult season. At moments when nothing was certain. At times when I promised myself one thing. If I make it through this, I won't forget who I was, or what it took. So she wrote those uplifting messages to me. Not for success. But for survival. She sealed the journal. Wrote my address, and sent it forward. Trusting that I'd need it. And I did. Because somewhere along the way, I had started measuring my life by what I hadn't achieved yet, instead of what I had already overcome. The journal wasn't telling me to hurry. It wasn't demanding more. It was reminding me. You're still standing. That matters. I kept reading. One page said, "Stop waiting for permission. You already earned it." Another, "You don't need to prove anything to anyone who wasn't there when you were struggling." And one sentence stopped me completely. "If you ever feel lost again, trust the version of you who survived." That line of wisdom stayed with me. I closed the journal gently. For the first time in a long while, the noise in my head softened. Not because everything was solved, but because I remembered something important. I had trusted myself once, and that trust had carried me further than I realized. That night, I didn't make a big decision. I didn't announce a new plan. I didn't set dramatic goals. I simply placed the journal back on the table. And I felt steady. Lesson. Sometimes, the guidance you're searching for isn't ahead of you. It's beside you. Written by a true friend who believed in you when you couldn't see the outcome. Trust yourself. Your past survival is proof of your future strength. Some stories fade, others stay. If this one stayed with you, subscribe for more lessons that stick. Because every story carries a message. And every message leaves a lesson.